What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show, NBA show from SBR. Make sure you guys go to sbrpicks.com/NBA. Check out all the articles, NBA content we have over there. Triple J show today. I'm your host, Jay Money. That's Jordan Sharp right there, and that's Junior Browne. We're here to break down these NBA games. This Monday slate, my guys. First, we're gonna recap the weekend. How was your weekend, Jordan? You been good, my guy?
Yeah, not bad weekend, but it was not a great Friday. Last time I saw the show, had a couple bad beats. Junior and I both on that Jazz Suns under, missed by 1 point. That hurt a little bit, but took Saturday off. Watched Steph Curry go absolutely bonkers in the third quarter without anything on that game. But yesterday we got back in the winning column. We got the under in the Bucks and Nets game. So we'll sweat that one a little bit there in the fourth quarter, but they ended up bringing the defense there late. So felt good about that one. So ready to get back to it. Hopefully making it two in a row today. How about you, Junior?
Not bad. I mean, I've been hot as hell, so I'm almost kind of scared. I want to be this hot during the playoffs, to be honest with you. But I mean, I'll cash tickets whenever I can cash them. Just trying to keep my head down, keep trying to learn, keep trying to stay ahead of the curve. No official plays because there's no show yesterday, but my SBR pick came through. I had the over in the Suns Thunder. Figured the Thunder would at least bounce back and show some pride after absolutely getting shitted on the day before against your Pacers. So just ready to get to this week and continue helping everyone watch the show cash some tickets. We all been cashing, so let's keep it going, fellas.
Let's get to it, my guys. Yeah, Saturday, real quick, LaMelo Ball came back. They smacked up the Pistons 107-94. The Warriors go off in Houston. Obviously, Steph doing what he do, 113-87. The Hawks beat up on the Bulls 108-97. There, the Heat get it done versus the Cavs. So the huge spread, 124-107. Grizzlies lose to the terrible Magic as 11-point favorites, 112-111. The Pelicans beat the Timberwolves in overtime, 140-136. The Pacers just absolutely smacked the Thunder, 152-95. The Mavs beat the Wizards, but Wizards still covered 125-124. The Nuggets got a job done over Clippers. I lost some bands on that game, my guys. Clippers, they didn't come to play. Simple as that. Got up 18-7, fell asleep. So I lost my play on Saturday. And then the Raptors went down versus the Jazz, 106-102. I did ride the wave with the Blazers yesterday, guys. Just real quick. Yesterday, the Blazers got it done over the Celtics, 129-119. Bucks win the first game of the little back-to-back series, 117-114. Magic, the Heat get some double revenge over the Hornets there, 121-111. Kings sweep the season series for the Mavs, beat them 3 straight games, 111-99. Knicks 122-97 on the Rockets. Suns barely win. I was watching that game, Junior. They closed on a 17-4 run the Thunder did to cover their spread. It was pretty crazy, but they were coming off their worst home loss in franchise history. They get Suns win 123-120. Sixers 113-111 in Spurs. No DeRozan, no Pirtle, no Murray. It's crazy to say, full squad for Sixers. The Lakers, they go down versus the Raptors, 121-114. LeBron kind of go out. So be interested to see what happens today, my guys. A lot of people are starting to write the Lakers off. So that's kind of when, you know what I'm saying, they come out there and shut everybody up. But today's games, let's get to it. First game up, Magic versus I'm messing with you, man. You know I'm playing. Pacers versus Wizards, my God. Pacers versus Wizards. Wizards been hot. It's been what? One like 9 out of 10, 11 out of 12, something like that. There was at 4.5 down to 3.5, Jordan. What's up with your guys over there? Why is money coming towards the Pacers?
The offense has just been red hot lately. But I mean, I think if you look at, kind of some of the wins that, or some of the numbers they've been putting up offensively against a couple of these teams, it's just not exactly that inspiring, I think, to say the least, especially if you just count their last 5 games. So I don't know, because Malcolm Brogdon is questionable tonight. So if you're talking about missing your best two-way player, if you're the Indiana Pacers, your point guard, against a team on the road that has been playing extremely well lately, I don't think I'm going to be taking the points to the Pacers in this spot. I think, if anything, I'd be looking to lay the points here. If Brogdon and Go guys out again, if they're really thin up front, even though Sabonis is back. So, and if I did have a play on this game, I think it would probably be the Wizards, but probably will end up laying off. It seems to be a pretty good line. I think that's probably just one of the reasons why it's at 3.5 now, because this is truly a one-possession game. Assuming everybody for the Pacers is healthy, I should say that. If not, you'll probably see this creep up into the 4.5, 5 range, if that's the case. So no play for me on this one, though.
Exactly, Junior. This is a little revenge spot for the Pacers. In theory, they just lost to the Wizards 132-124. How you looking at this game, my guy?
This one is a tough one. I got to retire my line that the Pacers don't cover spreads after they won by 57, I guess, right? That being said, they really don't cover spreads. I can't, but you're getting chance now to take +5 against them or with them. I don't really know what to think. I'm super undecided because a lot of my narratives don't even really work in this game. For example, my narrative of quality of wins, quality of losses. If you look at the quality of Washington's wins, because they've won like 9 of their last 11 games, they're not really beating good teams. But if you just kind of use the logic, well, they're not a good team. So every win for them kind of has to count as a quality win, right? But are these wins quality enough to the point that now I'm laying 5 points with these guys? I don't know. I guess the only way that I could talk myself into laying points with the Wizards is the fact that after this game, they kind of end their season in one of these weird like 5-game road trips where they go at Milwaukee, play the Hawks a couple of times. I'm talking way too much for a person that's about to say pass. So pass.
I thought you finished spit out a play right there. It is interesting here because the Pacers are sitting at the 9th seed right now in the East, in the Eastern Conference final. I mean the standings. You know what I'm trying to say, man. The play-in tournament. I'm kind of with these guys. The play-in shit kind of stupid to me, but hey, I guess it gives it more couple teams a chance to get in there. So I mean, we like competitiveness, right? But yeah, the Wizards they've been hot. They still sit at the 10th seed. So I mean, they're still ahead of Toronto by 2.5 games. So just be interested to see what happens with this game. The Pacers starting to you know what I'm saying, slowly but surely get pushed out of the playoffs. So if they lose this game, get to 10, maybe the Raptors get this. So what I'm saying is, I guess you say the Pacers, they have motivation. Both teams have motivation. It's a revenge game. Like I say, Wizards been so hot. The Pacers, they don't really cover spreads at the house. On the road, in my opinion, they play better. So we'll see here. Obviously, a couple of huge question marks here. Brogdon and Goga for the Pacers here. Be interested to see if they go full squad. Like I say, spread open up at 5. It's down to 3.5 with all the money coming on the Wizards. So just take that. We'll see what happens. But just go with what you think gonna win, man. It's a tough game, man. Warriors versus Pelicans, my guys. Pelicans were laying 3.5. This line is down to 2.5 now, Jordan. You think who wins? Does Zion, does he get more dunks in this game, or does Steph go off for 10 threes? Who you thinking? Who you liking, my guy?
I think it would be more probable that Steph goes off for 10 threes again. A, just he's been too hot, and B, I mean, I think Lonzo will do a good job guarding him tonight, but not a good enough job. I saw Steph go, 2 for 10, 2 for 11 in the first half on Saturday and just absolutely come out bonkers, and I don't think that New Orleans' defense really gives me much confidence in having to be able to slow him down. Even though they have been playing a little bit better lately on that end of the court, it's been a little bit more inconsistent. So I think for me, if I'm making a play on this game, it'd have to be taking the points or nothing for me. I don't know if I can trust New Orleans with Steven Adams questionable still. I know Golden State's also got some. I think Wiggins is questionable. Damian Lee out. Oubre's out still. That's. If you're missing Wiggins, that's like 50 points per game. I think that's probably one of the reasons why it's going to be continuing to be a lean for me here. Just we're continuing to run into this team in the NBA lately. Tough to make a call when so many points per game are questionable going into every given night. But if Wiggins is in, I think even if Adams is back, I think that I would probably lean towards the Warriors. But because they're the better defensive team. They're going to give you a strong defensive effort regardless of who's playing or who's not playing. They got a lot of guys also I think are more unknown values that a lot of people haven't caught on to how good they are just yet coming off the bench, like Jordan Poole, for instance. So I think lean Warriors probably not going to get there.
Stop that shit, Jordan. You stop all that. This Warriors bench is terrible, bro. It can be a formidable group, but stop that, bro.
Poole, they play hard on defense. At the very least, they play hard on defense, bro. You can't deny that they don't go out there and play hard. I mean, Steve Kerr is playing every single night on defense, regardless. Their offense may not be hitting every night, but the defense is at least going to be there for them.
Yeah, no, I can. I mean, it's just the Warriors. Which team you're going to get? I mean, it's like the Pelicans, Junior. They turn up against teams at the house. That's one thing I can say. Pelicans on the road is different, which they already beat the Warriors on the road. But at the house against, you know what I'm saying, somebody that they turn up for, Curry coming to town, I can see the Pelicans get up for this one. Obviously, they play back-to-back, so whoever loses this one would probably be on. Like, I can see a split in this series. But like I say, the Pelicans, in these type of games, they turn up at the house. I lean towards the Pelicans here. I hadn't got there. Obviously, if Wiggins to play, I'll have to put some on Pelicans, my guys. Junior, what you think here? You agree with that? Do you see the trend that the Pelicans play a whole lot better against some of these, not necessarily better team, but they have something to play for here. The Warriors have a better record than them, Junior. What you thinking, my guy?
Yeah, I think that the Pelicans suffer from that classic. They need to be motivated to play hard, which has to be an indictment on their coach, in my opinion.
They're young too, though.
That's everybody this year, though, Junior. No lie. So it's something towards the coach, and I'm not a fan of the coach, but no lie, I can't spare any of these NBA teams. That's the whole NBA this year, bro.
Right, which is why we, as handicappers, tend to really, really take motivation as a big factor in when we're picking these games. So here's my thing: you have the third worst team in the NBA at defending the three, with Steph Curry coming to town. That alone is a recipe for disaster for the Pelicanos. I do agree with Jay Money, though, that the Pelicans do kind of tend to show up for these games. I'm actually taking the over in this spot. I was trying to decide, am I going to make it official? Because I sprinkled a little bit on it. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it official for the show, because the number is really big, 237. But there's two things. First of all, the Pelicanos, as we know, can't defend anybody. Second of all, with the injuries to the front court that the Warriors have, I think Ingram and especially Zion, buffet style tonight, right? Like, who's really going to stop them, bro? They're going to be eating a lot. So I think that the final score of this game is going to be something like 120, 125, 121, 125, 120-ish. Give me the over 237 in this spot.
Got you. Just real quick point. So when the team is like the third worst in defending the three, it's basically the whole team. You see what I'm saying? So when you're facing a team like the Blazers and four of those motherfuckers can shoot threes, that's when it'll show up. Just one person doesn't scare me. That's the only thing I'm saying. I mean, it's nothing official for me. I hadn't put money on Pelicans, but I'll tell you this. The Pelicans are 3 games back behind the Warriors. The Pelicans sit at the 11th seed right now. So in theory, motivational-wise, they have everything to play for to beat the Warriors both games. I like the Pelicans here, man. I think I'm going to hop on the Pelicans, especially with the added motivation. They turn up at the house versus teams. I do think that the NBA might try to help Zion get in the play-in situation, at least 10th seed or something. I could see it. These 2 games are huge. It starts with this one. If Wiggins doesn't play, I really think this game will get ugly. I can see a double-digit win by the Pelicans here, my guys. You double-team Curry, you make the rest of the team beat you. The rest of the team is ass. I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody says. It's Curry. He has to go for 50 just to keep them in the game, man. So we'll see which Pelican team we get. The coach is terrible, I must say. I'm not a big fan of Kerr, but it's all about Zion and Ingram. Can they do what they do? And Bledsoe, is he going to come to play some defense today? Heavy lean to Pelicans. I think I'm going to get there with the Pelicans, my guys. Next game up, Blazers versus the Hawks. Man, I fucking love this Blazers team right now. I'll tell you right now. I mean, I love them. They love me, and we're in love right now. 4-0, past 4. I dig them so much right now. This is 5 games and 7 nights all on the road. I'm not taking the Blazers today, my guys. It would be Hawks or nothing for me. Hawks or nothing. But like I say, Blazers has been so hot, Jordan. It's tough to go against them, but this is necessarily a fatigue spot and revenge game for the Hawks as well.
Jay, my heart just dropped too when you said that too, because I knew exactly where you were going when you started saying that, and I thought you were going to add in the news that just dropped too, but I'll go ahead and do it. Norm Powell's questionable tonight, man.
Get him the fuck out of here.
You're right.
Hawks.
It's the tired spot for them, and I think Portland does kind of smell that they can get out of that play-in tournament. They're right there, obviously in that 6-7 range, but I don't know if it's going to be tonight. This game's a coin flip. Atlanta's too good. They're getting their guys back. Tough for me to make a play on this game. Going to be a real hard pass, I think, for me, because the Norm injury, it kind of throws everything for a loop. Because not only are you tired, but now you're missing one of your best two-way players. It's tough to bet back in Portland, even though I know a lot of people are going to tonight. It's not going to be me, though.
Yeah, it was already Hawks or nothing for me, even with full squad for the Blazers. So if they're missing someone, I think it's 4 game and 5 nights, 5 and 7 back-to-back with travel. 5 game and 7 nights all on the road is always a phase, my guys. So it's not something I would probably never be betting on. It's either I'm going to fade it or I'm going to stay off the game. Junior, what you thinking?
I'm riding with the Dirty Birds here. Give me Hawks -2. It's a bad spot for Portland. I'll always jump at the opportunity to fade Portland, even though J Money's absolutely right. They've been hot as hell. I actually cashed in one of those 4 games, which is pretty rare for me because I rarely ever, invest in the Blazers. It's just a bad spot for them. 5th game in 7 nights. I took this before I even knew Norm Powell was out. Now that just makes it, I might have to get back and get some more money on this right now. But the
is he out?
He's questionable, but I mean, you pop up on the injury report like that, it's probably gonna mean that you got a pretty good chance to miss
with this terrible spot, right?
Yeah, exactly with the rest spot and with the no rest included. Yeah, it's just
the no rest included, the travel included, the 5 games and 7 nights included, and Trae Young and Clint Capella are back. The Hawks have been decent without Trae Young and Clint Capella. I have to show them some respect. Nate McMillan has actually shown me a lot as a head coach because he's gotten criticized, in a couple of different jobs in the past. But at least if you want your team to play like some professionals, Nate seems to be able to get that done. The culture seems a little bit different there, and the Trae Young, Clint Capella pick and roll. Trae Young and Clint Capella have something going on there. Clint Capella is obviously not an offensive force, but he learned to be a rim runner playing with James Harden, and Trae Young seems to be able to tap into some of that. If you show hard on that pick, Capella's dunking, and if you don't show hard, Trae does that, either shoots a stupid deep 3 or does that flopping thing where he gets into the line and throw. I mean, listen, I don't like that he flops, but he's mastered that shit. He's mastered being able to get to the line. So I like the Hawks in this spot with not all their pieces back, but some of their most important pieces back.
I think they're full squad, bro.
Yeah, I bet Bogdanovich is questionable.
Bogdanovich is probable, my guy. Tony Snell's off the injury report as well. I think they're going full squad for the Hawks.
Sorry, sir. Hawks official, like a referee with a whistle. Let's do it.
Like a referee blowing. See what I'm saying? I like the Hawks here, man. Like I said, I know the Blazers been take care of me. It's a terrible spot for them, and especially if they don't have power, it's a terrible fatigue spot. They have everything to play for. They are like tied with the Mavs and the Lakers tied with the 7th seed from 5th to 7th. All of them are basically tied for the 5th seed right now. So you can't just say that somebody's a 7th. All of them have the same record. Pretty much come down to like some tiebreakers or whatever, but. I like the Hawks here, guys. Minus -2.5, man. It's the only way I could look, even though the Blazers, we're in love right now. But today, I don't know, maybe we just broke up some. We just had a fight, something, man. But I don't know, man. Let's get next game, 76ers versus Bulls. What Sixers game we going to get? Who's playing? What are they doing? Back-to-back here? Overtime game. I know it's not necessarily a good spot for the 76ers. Just be interesting who all plays. I mean, they know they could beat the Bulls here probably rather easily, Junior. What you think? Does everybody play? You think Sixers might go with a full squad here or choose to rest some guys? Junior, you're on mute.
Yeah, I'm mute, guys.
Yeah, no. Sorry. Literally the only reason I'm not on this right now is because of the fact that I'm not sure who's playing. Because I really feel like I really want to smash the Sixers. I feel that, listen, I'm just going to be honest with you. I have not put enough time researching this game to say that I can invest with the Sixers, and especially because something you mentioned, they almost could be taking this game for granted. If it wasn't for the fact that they're still kind of in a battle in the Eastern Conference standings, I would almost feel like they're overlooking this game. The Bulls, meanwhile, I mean, winning games is just a real struggle for these guys, whether they lost 4 of their last 5. It has to be Sixers or nothing for me. I'm actually kind of interested to see what Jordan has to say about this total, because I think that's definitely worth a look. Jordan, what do you think of this number?
First off, let me start with the spread just because I want to just piggyback off something you just mentioned. The Sixers this year have not been great on no rest. They're the worst ATS team coming off of back-to-back. So there's that included tonight, and as well as you just said, the standing situation kind of makes you think that they will play this game seriously, but if Vucevic is out for the Bulls, there's no reason they can't rest guys and still win this game. So I'll just keep it at that. No play for me, absolutely on the spread, I think, in this game. But if the Sixers do play their guys, I agree, you are getting a little bit of a sale price, even though they've been really bad off of back-to-back. That being said, I think the first half unders of play in this game is official for me, 107.5. You got a Sixers team that's been absolutely beastly in that position. If they don't rest guys tonight, their defense is going to hold the Bulls under 50 points pretty easily in the first half. If Embiid or somebody sits like that, it's going to hurt their offense enough to where the Bulls defense is going to have the advantage. We've seen from just the Bulls lately without Levine, even though now he's been upgraded to doubtful, still probably not going to play, but he is at least getting close. But if he's still out, obviously, if Vucevic is out, like, it's just this game has under 100 points in the first half written all over it. So under 107 first half. Little scared of that second half number just because of the Sixers being a little tired. Defense could relax a little bit if they're missing some guys that could, they could speed up the pace. That's the other thing kind of keep me off. The pace of this game scares me a little bit. But I think in the first half, with how well the Sixers have been playing on that end of the court, especially early in games, they're averaging giving up only 93.5 points per 100 possessions the first half their last 5. So I'm looking for that trend to continue under 107.5.
Got you. Hey, and the Sixers got the Rockets on deck, so this is a huge look-ahead spot for the 76ers. No, I'm messing with you guys, man. I don't have anything on this game. I'm glad you guys, you know what I'm saying, got some of my guy Jordan got to play. I know the Sixers not necessarily a good spot for him, but if they play everybody, they should be able to smack the Bulls with ease. Bulls. They sit at the 12th seed right now behind the Raptors. So I think the Raptors are kind of checked out, even though they won last night. Those just Larry just come back hot. I think both these teams are going to start to check out once they see that their chances of making the play-in tournament are decreasing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not messing with that game, man. Next game up, Knicks versus Grizzlies. The game of the day for sure, my guys. A lot of fish gonna be on this game. I can tell you that. But just be saying, this is a tough one, man. I must say, I can see it going either way. Jordan, what you think about this one, man? Hey, Grizzlies, your squad. What are we doing? Looking at a little under spot here.
You took the words right out of my mouth with the spread here. I'll start there. It's a complete coin flip for me. Really tough to get involved on either side of this thing. So I like both teams pretty equally against the spread. You got a Knicks team that's been, covering spreads at a rate that I don't think we've ever seen the Knicks cover spreads. I don't think we've ever seen the Knicks undervalued ever in NBA history in the sports books, but until basically the month of April. So I don't want to go against that either, but I also don't want to go against the Grizzlies, who really probably feeling it a little bit after that loss, Cole Anthony getting that last second shot to beat him. That probably feels pretty bad against one of the 3 worst teams in the NBA. So probably a no play for me on the spread. I would actually, I think, maybe go the other direction and follow the steam a little bit on this total, because the over doesn't seem like a bad play. The Knicks have been something that has been also a trend in the month of April. Is they've been cashing overs a lot more than unders. The last 2 haven't gone that direction, depending on what number you got on this previous game. But the Grizzlies, I think with New York tired, are going to be able to dictate pace a little bit in this game. And so if they speed New York up, I also don't think they're going to be able to slow them down that easily. So I would probably lean towards the over in this game, but really hard for me to get involved in it. That being said, though, their last game, was very high scoring as well. So it's tough to say what pace we're going to get in tonight's game. But if the Grizzlies can dictate pace, I do think that the Knicks will probably have a pretty easy time scoring the basketball tonight.
Got you, guys. So what, lean to that under, Jordan?
Lean over.
Lean over. Oh, shit. Junior, what you think? I did not expect Jordan to say that. I think this will be a defensive rock fight type of game. I think if it goes over, the Grizzlies are going to smack them. I'll tell you that right now. If it goes over, that's the Grizzlies type game. If it goes under, that's the Knicks type of game. Junior, what you thinking here, my guy?
Yeah, Jordan kind of, I don't love that he's on the over, but I'm actually on the under, but first half. The number right now in the first half is 112.5. I think that's a little bit too many points. The Grizzlies in the last 4 games, their offense is struggling. They're averaging 102 points a game. The Knicks are not the tonic when you got a struggling offense. I can tell you that. Now, the reason I took the first half and not the full game, one, because of the number 112.5 compared to the full game line of 220 or something. Second of all, I think that the Grizzlies, in a spot like this, especially at home, they might be able to, I'm not going to say figure out the Knicks, but because these teams hardly ever play each other, it might be a little bit of a shock to the Grizzlies in the first half, how physical the Knicks are, how aggressive they are. And by the second half, once they've kind of gotten things a little bit more figured out, that they might take control of the pace and play a game that's more suited to their style than the Knicks style. Because right now, the Knicks are a team that has so much confidence. Like, if you're standing in the Knicks locker room today, you think the Knicks are scared of the Grizzlies? Of course they're not scared of the Grizzlies. So I think the Knicks come out super aggressive in the first half, possibly control the pace. Second half belongs to the Grizzlies. Give me the under 112.5 first half.
I actually love that, Junior. I don't think that the Grizzlies will be surprised by them. They did just play not too long ago, like less than a month ago. I was on the Knicks there. Kind of got lucky. Went to overtime. They were 1.5 point dogs. The Grizzlies come out there, got up by 12 quick. You see what I'm saying? The Knicks were playing from behind. They didn't have Jaren Jackson Jr. then, if I'm pretty damn sure. So just like I say, tough game. I'll be honest, guys. The whole world is on it. And Junior, somebody pissed me off in the chat, man. Why are you saying Jaren Jackson Jr. out? I don't see it anywhere. Jordan, do you? Have you seen that Jaren Jackson Jr. out anywhere?
No.
Even questionable.
No, the only thing on the Grizzlies injury report is Grayson Allen questionable. That's the only thing I've seen.
So why are people coming in the chat saying Jaren Jackson Jr.? I'm talking about multiple people. Only thing I say is don't do it unless somebody is absolutely out, because then you got other people thinking, oh, he's out. Guys, don't do that, man. And don't see what's up Noel as well, guys. And be honest with you, with the total, it may make some sense because see, Noel left the game last night. I got a few things to say. Noel left the game last night, didn't come back to play. Probably won't play today. So just, you know what I'm saying, take that for what it's worth. Another thing, you're smacking the Rockets by damn near 30. Why is RJ Barrett playing 40 minutes? That's my problem with Tom Thibodeau right there. You smacking them, bro. Why is he playing 40 minutes? Back-to-back spot here. I like the Grizzlies, guys. I don't care. I don't know. I don't give a damn who don't like it. If they full squad, I ain't really worried about Grayson Allen either. I like the Grizzlies in this spot, back-to-back. I think that you should look at, see the Knicks. Oh, they 3-point. Oh, I'm finna hop on them, boy. I'm finna take money line. I think they're dogs here for a reason. You saw them either yesterday. They're starting to be graded right. This game, they're still 3-pointer dogs, man. Grizzlies need this game a lot more. They're sitting at the 8th seed right now. They slid all the way down to the 8th. They're one game back out of being in the 11th seed. I think it's damn near like a must-win game for the Grizzlies. It's a revenge spot. They had the rest advantage. They're coming off a terrible loss. I think everything sets up, man. Jordan, what you got?
I was just going to say, I wanted Junior. I think that the first half, I think you're definitely in the right track if the Knicks are able to dictate pace in that. But I was going to mention something that Jay just mentioned that I forgot to say. The Knicks have been one of the hottest teams ATS in the month of April. The books have been hemorrhaging money on the New York Knicks. That it will come to correct eventually. Like, don't expect that to continue. They're the most popular ATS team of all time in the NBA. So
I have the pants on.
Don't think it's gonna I mean, they could cover tonight. I'm not saying they can't, because I don't have a play on the spread at all. But I wouldn't fade Jay on that by any means, because you're right, Jay. It's gonna correct sooner or later, and it might start tonight.
Grizzlies -3 for me, man, official. And I know it's going against everybody. It's contrarian, but I like to play for numerous reasons. So you can't be scared to take a loss. I'm not. Give me the Grizzlies, man. Grind City. What's up, Junior?
We might have to ignore the chat today because I was about to say, someone in the chat just said, I always pass. Bruh, am I not making like 5-6 picks a show for the last month? People are really
been making plays, bro. He been putting out 5-6.
I was gonna say Junior's been hotter than about anybody I know for the last month. So yeah,
those are hilarious, bro. It's hilarious to me. That's why I actually stopped talking about the chat so much, because I just realized some people would just talk just to talk. Yeah, so it's all good, bro. It's all
happens, my guy. Next game up, Spurs versus Jazz. Jazz would land 7.5 here versus Spurs. They did rest 3. It is a back-to-back spot in now too, but they did rest 3 of their main players. So just be interested to see what happens here today. I must say the Jazz are starting to reverse back to so they've been playing without Conley and no Donovan Mitchell. The Jazz have been looking very average here lately. So it's a tough game, man, because the Spurs, in all honesty, they do have a lot to play for. They're trying to keep the 10th seed as well. So anything can happen with their Grizzlies, Warriors, Spurs. All of them have a lot to play for right now, to be honest with. Pelicans as well. Pelicans are on the outside end, so in theory they have more to play for, those 3. But what you think about this one, Junior? Should we take the points with the Spurs, look towards the under here? How are you looking at this one?
Terrible spot for the Spurs. They played an overtime game last night and then traveled to play at altitude. I don't love it. And I'm looking at the injury report, and maybe, I don't know if you guys have seen something different. DeMar DeRozan looks questionable. DeJounte Murray, Poeltl, however you want to pronounce his name. Jakob, my guy Jakob, former Raptor. But so many dudes on their team questionable or out. I mean, I'll be honest with you, actually. They kind of showed me something taking the Sixers into overtime with all those missing pieces last night. I don't know if they were resting those guys to play tonight. I just need way more information. But I could really kind of only look Spurs right now. If you're going to give me that many points with the Jazz team that's not playing their best, how many times am I going to watch Jordan Clarkson go one-on-one every game now that Donovan Mitchell is out? It's a little bit insane. And this is not to disrespect Jordan Clarkson, because he's a walking bucket. Nobody can really guard this guy. But when that becomes the main source of your offense, that's a problem. Nobody could tell me that that's okay, that, you know what I'm saying, you rely so heavily on a career 6th, 7th, 8th man. So I can't be laying that many points with the Jazz right now.
God, yeah, and I think so what Conley is out for sure today, right? Conley is out for sure with the hamstring, what it looks like. So still no Conley, still no Mitchell. I'm kind of with Junior on that, my guys. Clarkson should not be running the show over there. Spurs have lost 3 straight. They need a win, man. Yeah, I'd be looking towards Spurs here. Lean Spurs for me, Jordan. What you think here? Should we hop on it or what?
We may. I mean, Jay, I keep thinking as more Junior talks, we may have to make this one official for the show all three because I'm leaning Spurs too. I mean, I think for me the game last night does hurt a little bit, so maybe like a little bit more of the first half number at 4. The Spurs have been top 5 road first half defense, first half overall defense. That does sting a little bit when you don't know who's going to play though. So I think like for me, if we get positive injury report news, I think it has to be Spurs or nothing. If we get negative injury report news for the Spurs here in just a few minutes or later on today, maybe an under spot. But yeah, I can't make anything official right now until I know who's going to play for the Spurs at this point. So definitely lean that direction though, because I mean this team, you guys said it, they're motivated, they play hard, they're well coached. And they're playing for something. They have a chance to move, not only hold on to that 10th seed, but move up maybe to the 9th or 8th spot. So I mean, it has to be the Spurs taking 7.5. But gotta know that the Hosses like Murray, DeRozan, those guys are in though before I make a play on this one.
Exactly. Yeah, they pretty much just rested last night. So obviously you had to see what's up. I think they should be in here today, and it should be interesting to see if they rest anybody else that played in yesterday's game. Maybe like some older players, Rudy Gay, Patty Mills. If they do, that would be kind of the Spurs giving up on the season, though, in my opinion. Losing 3 straight, you pretty much all these games matter. The Pelicans get the win, and the Spurs going to drop down to 11. So just be interesting to see, man. Last game up on the board, my guys. Probably the game of the day. Well, one of them. It's actually some pretty good games today, or at least 3. But this Nuggets versus Lakers here, I must say. So we know LeBron went out last night. We know the Lakers and lost the past 2 since LeBron and AD have came back, my guys. What are we doing, Jordan? Is it going to be too easy today with the Nuggets? Everybody on Nuggets -4, -3, 3.5. Is it that easy?
If the Nuggets were completely healthy, yeah, maybe. But I don't know if that's the case in this game. The Lakers, I think the backs against the wall, I think narrative is probably going to be relevant with them at least sooner rather than later. But that being said, it's really hard to trust them in this spot, even at home. I'm definitely not going to get in the business of doing it. I think for me, if it is a spot, it is a Nugget spot on the road here. But that being said, and we broken record with the Denver Nuggets, but Denver Nuggets on the road is kind of Jekyll and Hyde, and you don't really know what team you're going to get. Are you going to get the team to beat the Clippers? Going to get the team that lost by 20 to the Golden State Warriors in their last road game? I don't know. I'm not quite sure, especially when you have the backcourt issue. Now, and that being said, I forgot to mention, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that Schroeder's not going to play in this game. He's basically out for the rest of the regular season with health protocols. So now you're talking about a point guard battle in this one of Campazzo versus Alex Caruso. Like, I mean, it's just a whole lot of unknown for the Lakers, too, coming off that game last night as well. Going to be a real easy pass for me, I think, in this game.
Junior, this guy in the chat says, "Oh, Jamal Murray coming back tonight. Nuggets a lock."
We've got a lot of trolls in the chat today.
The Nuggets could be a lock, but it's just the fact that he said Murray coming back tonight. That shit was like low key hilarious to me. Real quick, Junior, what we doing here? Spicy Nuggets tonight?
Who this guy? Michael J. Fox? He been to the future? What is he talking about, bro? What is this guy talking about? But, yo, Jamal Murray
next year or some shit.
Jamal Murray is not going to play basketball before March of 2022. Stop the nonsense. In terms of this game, heavy on the Lakers tonight. +4. So you're telling me after LeBron cries tears about a decision that his own franchise approved because everybody voted for the play-in tournament. And you know when they brought this idea to LeBron, he was like, play-in tournament? I ain't going to be in no goddamn play-in.
Exactly. Yeah.
Who cares? Do whatever y'all want. I don't care. And now that it affects him, he's crying long tears talking about someone should be fired for a decision that was voted on unanimously. Come on, bro. Come on, LeBron.
Fire his ass. We firing your ass, LeBron. Now,
yeah, LeBron. Tighten up, bro. Tighten up.
Go ball, bro. Go
that
ball.
Being said, what are the Lakers lost, like 8 of 9 or something like that? 6 or 7. They're tied for 5th, 6th, and 7th, right, with Dallas and Portland. Now you're putting LeBron's back against the wall, piss him off. People doubting his team, et cetera, et cetera. Come on, bro. We've been watching this guy for almost 2 decades. You're giving me points with LeBron at home with his back against the wall? I gotta. I mean, I don't want to say max bet it because I don't want to tell other people what to do with their money. But I know someone that max bet that. I can tell you that.
The only reason why it's on -4 up to 3.5, 4 is because, you know what I'm saying, LeBron's questionable. He left last game. And I'll be honest.
Oh, he playing.
So regardless, I say the same thing, Junior. I think regardless, I think it's a Lakers spot. I think that this is another contrarian play where I think it's going to cash today. Everybody's going to see Nuggets. The Nuggets been hot. They've been way too hot, in my opinion. I think the Clippers should have smacked them, but they just didn't come to play. The Lakers, they're not better than Clippers right now. Obviously, I mean, AD kind of hurting his shoulder. Is it hurt? But he's still out there playing. You can't be too hurt. LeBron left because he knew they ass wasn't finna win. You see what I'm saying? And I was saying, I'm watching the game. I love watching games like that the day before another big game. I'm just trying to see what's up. Lakers did not come to play. Nobody came to play. They were not into that game. AD not playing defensively. He's shooting threes. Them they're going hit the backboard first. All type of shit, man. LeBron, I think the boys got a lot to play for, a lot to prove. And like I say, they trashing them all over ESPN all night. Oh, they're the 7th seed. They're not the 7th seed, man. Stop it. Everybody's tied for the 5th and 7th. So they're just trashing them. If LeBron, I can see LeBron and AD playing, definitely AD. But even if LeBron does sit, guys, it's Lakers or nothing for me. I'm not taking Nuggets. And people see it and think it's going to be easy. I think you should really feel like when I used to go to the spot, guys, and I bet I'm come out all happy and say, oh, I'm finna win. I used to lose my ass to get on spots like this versus Nuggets. So I'd be on Lakers here, my guy. Junior, I think I might, out of all the shit that I talk, I think I have to put someone on Lakers to just, I mean, if they lose, it is what it is. You can't be afraid of a loss, but I think they win straight up. Jordan, what you thinking, my guy?
I don't disagree. I just think that the Lakers with the way they've been playing, it's just hard for me to back their money. But I agree with you. The narrative says Lakers are nothing for sure. But I don't think I'm gonna get on it tonight.
You know what? I was seeing on Twitter a bunch that's just like the Lakers just own the Nuggets. You see what I'm saying? Like they saying LeBron and AD own Jokic and MPJ. So me and Steve, this is to add another leg to it. It's a revenge spot as well. The Nuggets smacked the shit out them boys in LA, if I'm not mistaken, the last game. Regardless, now it might have been in Denver, but regardless, this is a revenge game for the Lakers. They lost 122-105 at the house. So it's a revenge spot. The Nuggets have proven they can do it. Just be interested to see if they can do it again, guys. Obviously, maybe you can wait to see what's up with LeBron and AD, but I'd be on the Lakers here, guys. The Nuggets, when something feels that easy, it usually is. Jordan, break them off with your officials.
Yep, one official for me, under 107.5 first half, Philly and Chicago. Lean Spurs, got to know what we're getting, though, injury report-wise tonight. Got
you. Junior, what you like, my guy?
I'm on Warriors, Pelicanos over. Atlanta -2, Knicks, Grizzlies under first half, and Lakers +4. Sorry, that's not too many games.
For me, my guys, it's Hawks, Grizzlies, Lakers. I hadn't made a top yet, one of them top, but I like all three spots. I think all three cash. One of them I'll really be making the top, my guys. Not sure yet, but Hawks, Grizzlies, Lakers. I think that's 3-0 right there, man. 914 people watching. Y'all hit the like button and subscribe if you can, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm your host, Jay Money. That's my guy, Jordan Sharp. It's my guy, Junior Browne. Go to sbrpicks.com/NBA. Check us out. Follow us on Twitter. All this, man. We appreciate y'all. Gone.